So with the rise of country music and just the country aesthetic in general, I wanted to talk about a TikTok community that I've been obsessed with lately, and it is Countrytok. Countrytok is that side of TikTok that talks about the rules and customs of the American South, or cowboy culture, so to speak. It's pretty much like all the stereotypes that Europeans think that Americans are like 24/7. Now, as a Midwestern girly who is married to a man whose whole family is from the South, by the way, this is like archaeological work for me, all right? And because I saw it, now I want to show you guys this wonderful land of Countrytok. Let's go. The first thing I want to talk about is my favorite part about Countrytok culture in general, and it has got to be the country bars. And at these country bars, you get to like drink with your friends and you get to participate in line dancing. And line dancing is pretty much like these choreographed, easy dances that everyone can do. And sometimes they do these like choreographed dances where you like sit on the floor and you're doing the fishing in the river dance. Guys, let me tell you, I'm turning 30 in May, okay? So like this is the type of shit that I'm trying to participate in, okay? I want to go to a dance club where I get to sit down the entire time. Okay, so sounds like it's right up my alley. Now, line dancing is meant to be a very easy, like group choreographed dance that everyone can participate in no matter who you are without breaking a sweat. But of course, there are then people that have to add their little extra flair to their line dancing. This one is another one of my favorite trends from line dancing, and it is like humping the floor in between line dancing. The ladies were not impressed. Not a single one saw them do this and then gave them a second look. They didn't give a flying f. The funniest part to me is like the smooth transition between doing like TikTok e-boy thirst trap moves to just going back and doing normal line dancing. There's something so funny about that transition. Good, it's like watching someone tell a really bad joke at work and not a single person is laughing, so they try to like bring up football to relieve the tension. But alas, my favorite trend out of the whole line dancing country bar thing is this trend of people like jumping over each other in between the line dancing. Bro is drenched in sweat. This looks more intense than like Simone Biles doing a quadruple loop-de-loop in the air from the pommel horse, okay? This reminds me of something I would do with my besties at the 8th grade dance, like when they would play the Hoedown Throwdown. Remember that song? Every girly pop will recognize this move because it was one of those like required moves that every single girl did during their 8th grade dance talent show routine. Do you guys see that transition right into the Hoedown Throwdown? I'm telling you guys, it's muscle memory. So of course, as jumping got more and more popular on social media and men started taking this like it's the Olympics, then we started getting like local country bar jumping celebrities, so to speak. And one of them being this guy that goes by Magic Air Mike, or Magic Mike for short. Not kidding. He goes by Magic Mike. And my dude is like the LeBron of line dancing jumping. So let me show you guys some of his videos and just look at the technique this man has jumping over other people, all right? guys, I gotta say, you gotta love white people. This is straight white men at their peak natural habitat. This is straight white men when the PBR and the coleslaw is hitting, and now they're doing crazy feats of athleticism. Like, I've never seen a group of straight white men ever be this happy, ever, okay? Like, let's put on the podcasting equipment and let's start an emo garage band. Let's start jumping over other men at a country bar. So because Magic Mike was out on a potentially career-ending knee injury, then we got this guy that goes by the name Nitro Nick, and he rose up to try to take over Magic Mike's spot by showing that he can jump over 4 people. Guys, the girl in the front right here, guys, she just came in her jorts. She's in that sweet spot of feeling like kind of turned on, but also kind of has the ick from that, you know, that perfect spot every woman wants to be in. And of course, Magic Mike wasn't about to let some rando take his throne, so he came out of retirement to show that he can also jump over 4 people, but unlike Nitro Nick, only 1 of them is a girl, and 3 of them are men. That was actually really impressive. Okay, my question when I watch these videos though is like, how do they determine who gets to be the jumper and who gets to be like the power bottom, you know? Like, do they have stats or something? Like, you get to only be a jumper if your BBC stat, your brains to balls contact is sub 5. Like, you have 3 jumps for your audition in front of Magic Mike, and if your balls hits that other guy's head 1 time, you're out. Like, imagine going line dancing with your man and thinking that he's like the alpha that's gonna jump over 3 people, but then you figure out that he's actually the power bottom. Like, what would you do? Look, whether or not you spend your night line dancing or twerking at a club, or my personal favorite, beating a dead horse with margaritas with the besties, all right, you're going to need a pair of shoes, girl. Look, I've been wearing the same shoes since like 2016, okay? And just like how I left my pick-me-girl phase back then, I'm also upgrading my shoe game for 2026 for some actual high-quality, stylish shoes I can wear every single day. That's thanks to our sponsor of the day, which is Vivaia. I didn't want to pay like $1,000 for those like name brand high-end shoes that is only good for display because they're so fragile. And that's why I chose these Vivaia shoes, is because they're super stylish, but they're also machine washable, so it's easy to clean and maintain, just like these pairs of shoes here. These are the satin sneakerinas. These are satin shoes with a very soft, springy sole. So it's like wearing the most beautiful princessy ballerina flats, but with the flexibility of a sneaker. These remind me of like Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. I'm obsessed. These are so pretty. I also got the jogger sneakerinas. This is very similar to the satin sneakerinas, but a little bit more of a hybrid with a gym shoe for that, you know, gym shoe look and feel. This is like the perfect shoe to put with a pair of jeans. It just like amplifies it. And then I also got these hybrid Mary Janes. I have been seeing this all over Pinterest and I wanted some so bad. It's very light and has like the breathable holes in here, so you can wear these like barefoot and your feet are not gonna smell. Also, all of these shoes are wide foot friendly, okay? Look, your girl has a fat foot, and these never ever make my feet feel pinched. Even though they might look narrow, it never pinches my foot. Guys, it's safe to make the jump from 2016 to 2026. We don't need to be wearing our old shoes anymore, but we don't need to be breaking the bank for like high-end shoes that you can't even wear every single day. So go ahead and click the link in the description down below for 12% off within the first 3 days of this video going up, and then 10% after that with my code V12Missy. Thank you so much, Vivaia, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to the content. Okay, so that was the country bar part of Countrytok. And as I kept digging for more stuff about Countrytok for this video, I realized that a big part of Countrytok is this sense of pride, of this sense of like almost like nationalism, of being country. And thus there has been a war between real country and fake country. For the boys, it's real cowboys versus fake cowboys, and for girls, it's real country versus buckle bunnies. So I wanted to talk about this war. Let's start with the men first. They post stuff like this. Take your boots off. You live in the middle of town. How cool, you're a cowboy for Halloween. Me. And it's like him riding a horse. So this guy, who was part of the hype house, by the way, got accused of not being a real country boy. So now he's showing us his lasso skills to show that he's a real country boy. So as you guys can see, being real country is taken very seriously, okay? It's the way you dress, where you grew up, the car you drive, how much racial slurs is in your vocabulary, and etc, etc, etc. It almost feels like the cowboy aesthetic, like the boots and the hat and the outfits and stuff like that, is reserved for those who actually work on farms, who's actually country, you know? It almost feels like stolen valor, like someone wearing a military outfit and they're not part of the military. That's kind of how they feel about people who wear like cowboy boots and cowboy hats and whatnot. And to show what I mean by that, I wanted to show you guys this video by this guy here, and he kind of tells you like what real cowboys wear versus the fake one.
The fake cowboy starter kit. It would be something like this. Some guys might say this is a cowboy hat. I would not call this a cowboy hat. This looks like an Indiana Jones hat or something. The shirt would be a button-up pearl snap, something like this. Maybe they cut the sleeves off of it. This fake cowboy is gonna buy some of these old school Wranglers to make them look legit. Then they would be way too short like this. If you wear a Jason Aldean hat, you're just going to look cool at a country concert for fun. You're not actually doing anything. A fake cowboy is gonna have a Jason Aldean straw hat that they can buy for like 50 bucks at a gas station. Rodeo King is your cheaper hats. This hat's 120 bucks. A lot of these Americans are double that. This American, yeah, so 199. A real cowboy is gonna spend 600, 700 bucks on a cowboy hat.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing, is that I feel like real rugged cowboys that you guys are describing could not be bothered with the cost of somebody else's hat, okay? What is it? What not to wear? Like, who do you guys think judges the price of somebody's outfit more? This cowboy or your boomer almond mom? Guys, look, I'm not even trying to hate, okay? But imagine spending thousands of dollars on this specific fit that he's wearing. I like to call this the ultimate straight man who doesn't wash their ass fit. Like, imagine spending $1,000 to look like the type of man that sleeps on a mattress on the floor, no bed frame. Imagine spending $600 on just a hat for you to look the exact same as the guy that has 10 Gatorade bottles in the back of his car. Now, a lot of you guys might be thinking, oh my God, this guy is a real cowboy that shits on fake cowboys. But however, I found out that actually he is a self-proclaimed fake cowboy that's giving tutorials on how to be like the best passing cowboy you could possibly be.
Here's how to not get rejected by cute cowgirls at a rodeo. Bro, you're at Stagecoach in San Diego and you're macking on a cute cowgirl and she's just not taking you seriously. It just feels there's something that she just doesn't like about you. Here's what's probably the problem.
I'm sorry for pausing. You got clocked for being a fake cowboy in San Diego, California? Like, imagine getting clocked that you're a fake cowboy by a bunch of kombucha drinking white girls and like ABGs, okay? Like that's the population that we're working with right here.
Feels there's something that she just doesn't like about you. Here's what's probably the problem. I don't want to burst your bubble, but you probably have your cowboy hat on backwards, especially if it's your first one and you are from LA. Take my advice, because I am a fake cowboy, but I'm at least good at concealing it. So here's how you need to conceal it. Number one, you need to turn your hat the right way forward. If you flip your cowboy hat around, you probably ruined it with the girl previous, because she knows you're a poser. There's really no recovering from that. But here's what you need to do. You just need to go get yourself a Coors Light banquet beer, some distressed jeans, and then you just go approach some new girls and you'll be good. Never know that you're a fake cowboy.
Guys. I love how his credentials for being a really good fake cowboy is him with a Dunkin' Donuts iced caramel frap with a filter that makes it look like this is a promo for heated rivalry. Like, if you're trying to convince everyone that you're a cowboy, why not use a photo of you with like a gun and a horse and a rope or something? Why is it you in the Northwest Phoenix Airport Chili's with a Dunkin' caramel frap? I love how his takeaway from a bunch of cowgirls in San Diego not wanting to with him was, Maybe my hat was backwards. Guys, have you ever approached a bunch of girls and they told you to f off and that their big brother has a katana collection? Maybe your hat was backwards. That's definitely it. He reminds me so much of those dudes in high school and college that had like 100 hours in Call of Duty and now they're trying to cosplay as if they're a special ops marine. Yeah, the terrorists don't want to see me once I've had my ice caramel frap in my distressed jeans from Zara. Nope. Billy Badass over here, by the way.
If you're from the East Coast, definitely don't go to Oklahoma and try to go to a country bar. If you're gonna hop into the lifestyle, you gotta have a little bit of awareness of where you can f around and play cowboy and where you can't f around and play cowboy. Oklahoma is one place that you don't f around and play cowboy. There was a big warehouse bar there. They had a live bull riding arena in the bar. I'm like 25 here. I just remember looking around and being like, man, I don't wanna get in a f***ing fight in this place. Cause there's some rough dudes here and some real cowboys.
Guys, he for sure got his ass beat in Oklahoma. Bro is talking from experience, okay? Like it's just so funny to me how he's saying all this shit, and yet he's not the one that's like, you know, wrangling horses and cattle on an open field. He's probably like an HR specialist part 2 at Missouri Tubing and Tube or something, and bowls on the weekend. The way they talk about other cowboys is so funny. It's like listening to a bunch of middle school girls talking about the most popular queen bee of the school or something. Newsflash, Oklahoma cowboys are way cooler than Miami cowboys. They're always wearing silk shirts and riding bulls inside. I'll never be as cool as them. Okay, so that was the real cowboys versus the fake cowboys argument. Now I want to switch gears to the girly pops. So this is real country versus buckle bunnies. So the term buckle bunny used to mean pretty much the same thing as like a groupie, but for rodeo cowboys. But over time, it seems like the term has changed to mean any girl that's not dressed like a real country girl or like poser country girls, so to speak. There's even a country version of the bop house called the Bop Barn, where they play into the whole like fake country buckle bunny trope. A lot of the slander towards the buckle bunnies is very similar to the slander towards the fake cowboys, which is that they dress kind of country, the typical country stuff, but they're not real country. This one says 2 very different types of country girls. And it's 2 girls doing a thirst trap in a gas station, and then this girl who's like driving a tractor, actually working on the fields. This one says, this is to all of our buckle bunnies that so badly want to be country girls. This is what we look like 99% of the time, going to feed the animals. And then this one is, welcome to Build a Buckle Bunny. The gist of this video is to say that buckle bunnies wear like flashy, revealing shirts with fake distressed jeans, usually shorts or like flashy jeans. They wear fake everything. All their stuff is just meant for fashion and not to actually work on a farm. As you guys can kind of see, this is just harping on the fact that you shouldn't be wearing like country girl clothes if you're not actually a country girl. Like, am I understanding this completely wrong? Like, are the buckle bunnies trying to steal valor from like farmer country girls? Like, I would get it more if these buckle bunnies were wearing camo booty shorts to feed animals and trying to pass it off as if they were dead ass dressing like this every single day. But like, they're dressing like this to go to a concert, and I feel like I don't really see a problem with it. I just feel like nobody would look at these girls doing a thirst trap at a gas station and like dead ass think that they're also like feeding animals during the daytime, you know? Guys say they want a country girl until they realize we dress warm instead of cute for the winter. And then this one says POV, the fake country girl comes to help a country boy with barn chores. And it's just like her like pretending like she doesn't know how to like do any farm work and whatnot. When a guy says he wants a good country girl, he means one who can cook, hunt, fish, help out on the farm, not one who's been plowed more times than his fields. That's right, bitches, okay? Get your ass out of the camo booty shorts if you're not hunting and fishing for every single meal. Again, I'm kind of confused on this war with like non-country or fake country people. It feels a little one-sided? Like, are we really trying to reserve camo and cowboy hats for the real country girls? Like, could you imagine if like other parts of the US gate kept like this? Oh, you want to eat chili inside of a warehouse turned millennial gastropub? You're gonna have to be real Midwestern for that, cupcake. You've never done a pedal pub in the middle of January for your cousin's bachelorette party?
Take that quarter zip off right now, you little.
Being a Nickelback girl in a world full of Swifties. This is what I mean when I say I'm not like other girls. I'm sorry, is Nickelback and PBR supposed to be Southern? That sounds Midwestern as f. My favorite part about these country songs is that every song is always just like, I'm the baddest bitch of all because I drink PBR and I'm toxic. I mean, bitch, literally every bitch says that about themselves. Bitch, girls from Northwest Indiana that go to private school say that about themselves. White moms who break their 3-month keto diet by eating a cupcake one night say this about themselves, okay? Like, it's not intimidating. Like, if we're gonna be really picky about who's a real country girl and whatnot, we gotta make music that tailors more to like things that real country girls actually do. I just wanna kiss my fish, clean pig shit, have a crush on my cousin. Like, at least that's country. Okay, so after digging deeper into that whole like country versus fake country debate, then I found probably my favorite person on the internet, and his name is Steed. He is a cowboy dating coach, and he pretty much tells us how to spark your relationship, how to talk to women as a country boy.
There is a reason why I have a lifted vehicle. So when I pick her up and set her up here, she can place her feet here, and everything I want is right at face height. So be adventurous.
She's really good. That's my cookie. That's my juice, okay?
At least he has a legit reason for having a lifted truck. All right, look, most guys that have a lifted truck only have it to be the biggest douchebag on the highway and to go 40 miles per hour in a school zone, all right? At least he's using his lifted truck for good.
Gentlemen, if you're wanting your significant other to flash you, try flashing her. It's not going to do the same thing for her, but it might get her in that playful mood to start doing the same back to you. Next time you're anticipating her walking through the front door, stand there, wait for the door to start to open, just grab the door as it's open, then reach around and grab her arm and pull her in. Shut the door, place her up against the door. Place your hand around the back of her neck, lean in, and just smell her smell.
Where is this man's mic? I have to know. I don't see a mic on him, but yet I could feel every single breath deep in my ears. I feel like he's doing country boyfriend ASMR at this point. Look, country girls that work on a farm, okay? Would this work on you? Like, just imagine that you've been working on a farm all day, you're tired, your favorite Cookie Monster pajama pants is full of shit, and this MF with the silk shirt just starts flashing you. Would that work on you?
Ever played Mother May I in the bedroom? Mother, may I stick 2 fingers in your... Ever played Simon Says with your significant other? Try playing it in the bedroom. Simon Says, climb on the bed. We missed Tuesday. Now I'm gonna eat your taco till your legs shake.
You boys hear that, okay? This man is getting every single day, and he doesn't need to be, toxic masculine or needs to be jumping over 4 grown-ass men in a country bar, okay? He's getting every day because he simply eats and he plays Mother May I in the bedroom. I think the funniest part about this guy is that I know that this man is someone's strict peepaw. Like, this man orders fajitas everywhere he goes, and he gets to the airport 5 hours early, and yet he's out here talking about eating on Instagram. Okay, and with that said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you're a country person, please let me know like what state you're from and like if the country customs are different in your state. I'm so curious. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your feelings in the comment section down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!